Hello everyone, my name is Jake, and today we are going to be going into the 2028 Democratic primary. Now, I know I already did a video on the 2028 elections, but I just want to go more in depth into the actual Democratic primary because I think it's going to be very interesting. It's basically a completely open primary, so there's going to be a ton of candidates. It's going to be very interesting to watch. This is basically going to be the first true competitive primary since 2020 in the Democratic one. So this is gonna be very interesting to watch. So first, I just want to go over the candidates. I'm just on the Wikipedia article. I'll name some other ones, but you have Andy Bashir, Cory Booker could possibly run, Pete Buttigieg's another candidate, Kamala Harris and Gavin Newsom, and I just also want to say Josh Shapiro and AOC, I believe, could possibly run. So if you just quickly look on the primary nomination sheet, you can see Gavin Newsom's winning currently, but he doesn't have a majority just because of how many candidates there are. And currently, which is interesting, AOC's in second. If I was her, I would wait until 2032 just because I think she's just a little bit too young to be running for president. Obviously, I would like younger candidates, but I think if I was her in her situation, I would try to run later. We can see Kamala Harris is only at 4%, which is interesting. So I'm just gonna go over each candidate, but first we should just look at the current just who's winning, and it says Newsom has a 2.2% lead over Harris with 21%. However, there's a very big difference between this 21% um and this 4%. I think there's several reasons for this. I think one of them is just because they don't think that even if she has this high percentage, people would want her in 2028 because she already lost in 2024. There's also this Atlas Intel poll, which I'm questioning Atlas Intel right now because there is no way she's at 8%. But as it shows, I would say Newsom definitely, currently, if it was held today, would probably win it, but obviously not even close to the primary. So let's just go over each of the candidates. You have Andy Bashir, who is actually the governor of Kentucky. Yes, I know it's a Democratic governor of Kentucky. There's multiple reasons why he won. One of them just because he's a moderate and he's just popular over there. You have Cory Booker, who I think the only reason why he has a chance is because he kind of raised some eyebrows when he gave this long Senate speech, but I don't think he has even a close chance of winning this. And you have Pete Buttigieg, who is interesting. I don't think he will run, but if he does run, he definitely has a chance um of getting some popular support. I don't know if this is Pete Buttigieg or I'm sorry about this, Pete Buttigieg, but I'm pretty sure he has 0% of black support in the primaries. Like if I just look up Democratic primary Pete Buttigieg African American support, um yeah, he has approximately 0% support. You can look at the polls. It's crazy. Literally 0% support. I don't know what he did because he's at 11%, so clearly he's pretty popular with them, with just general public. So I don't know why. He ran in 2020. So it's just very interesting. Um, there's also let's see here. This guy doesn't matter. You have Kamala Harris, obviously. She obviously lost in 2024. I don't think she would end up winning, and I don't even know if she will run. I think she just is going to run. I don't, it's not a smart idea. She's kind of been, she did the book for a reason. She just wanted to raise attention to herself. So it's just very interesting. She's obviously coming second, but I don't think she has a chance of winning, in my opinion. Um, and you have Gavin Newsom, who has basically became the top Democratic progressive leader. Not even progressive, he kind of just is a Democratic leader. Because currently, among Democrats, Chuck Schumer and I think it may be to a lesser degree, but um, the Democratic minority leader in the House, Hakeem Jeffries, have a negative approval rating with Democrats themselves. So Schumer, he's very old, not liked by them. So Gavin Newsom has basically become the opposition figure against Trump currently, and I think there is 100% chance he's going to run, and he's definitely the front runner. I would say currently, um, even if the polls don't really show it at 2.2%, I think he's a front runner. But I don't think he would even. I don't think he has a fantastic chance of winning the actual election just because of several reasons. First of all, California currently objectively not doing amazing. Okay, the gas prices are extremely high. The economy, I know the GDP is high, but GDP doesn't really matter in a lot of cases. Um, there's just several reasons why I don't know if he would be able to win. And another interesting candidate would be AOC. Obviously, she's very young, which I would say would be a positive, but she's kind of like a little bit too young. She's been in the House for like around 4 years, and this is going to be interesting to see um, if the Democratic Socialists will be able to basically take over the Democratic Party if she wins this, which I don't think she's going to run anyways. But if she does end up somehow winning the primary, it basically be the Democratic Socialists like part would basically be almost all of the Democratic Party in my opinion. I know it's kind of a crazy take, but it kind of is. She currently represents a very Democratic district to say the least. So um, we'll be able to see if our ideas will be able to be um, supported by the masses. Um, and some other people which are interesting. JB Gardner, who is probably not going to run. He's a billionaire Democrat, which will not do very well with his base, if I had to be honest. Um, and another one is Gretchen Whitmer. So I don't think she'll run, but she's another interesting candidate. Some people that declined Joe Biden. I don't even know why he would be here. Um, and Bernie Sanders isn't going to run again. For some reason, people always like to say this about Michelle Obama. She's always in the conversation. She never runs. Why do people even talk about this? It doesn't make any sense. So that is just my overview of the Democratic primary. You can let me know who you think is going to win it, who you think is going to run, if AOC will run, if Kamala Harris will run, who will run, if Gavin Newsom, if he does win, would be the front runner for the presidential race. And just leave a comment down below, like the video if you like it, and thank you guys for supporting my channel.